gentlemen. It is me, Dr. Donna. Welcome to today's personal accountability. Today's topic: internal dialogue. What is the first thought that enters into your mind when you hear internal dialogue? The definition that I will be using today is this: the silent, ongoing stream of thoughts, feelings, and self conversations that occur within a person's mind. The silent, ongoing stream of thoughts, feelings, and self conversations that occur within a person's mind. What has been your internal dialogue over the last 24 hours? And what did you do about it? Were the thoughts positive? Were they negative? Were you worried? Were you concerned? Were you excited? What took place? I have a process that I do, and I have a composition notebook where I write the things down that are in my head, especially if they're negative, especially if I find myself worrying or concerned about something that I have no control over or something that doesn't concern me. I write it down. I write it down in the morning, I write it down in the evening. And what happens is that's a brain dump. So you get all that out of your head, and now your working memory can continue to work. So if you're working on a big project and you just can't seem to think things through, write it down. If you find yourself overwhelmed, hijacked amygdala, so many emotions going on from past thoughts, from future thoughts, and everything else, write it down. Write it down. Because what happens is once you see it neurologically, your brain, the prefrontal cortex says, yes, this is true. No, this isn't true. And here's what we can do about it. And so that left amygdala that's been ruminating over these thoughts over and over and over again, these words, it now has to stop because the rumination isn't going to lead to a solution. As soon as you see it, now you have to do something about it. The prefrontal cortex takes over and says, this applies. Let's have this strategy. Let's implement this strategy. This doesn't apply, so let's move on because it's not true. So it tells the amygdala that's a false positive. That doesn't apply. We already saw that. That's in the past. That's no longer relevant. And now you get to move on. You want your internal dialogue to be focused on best, to be focused on holding yourself personally accountable, to be focused on growing forward. And in order to do that, you have to do that brain dump. You have to get it out of your head so that you can continue to move forward and hold yourself personally accountable to become your best. So going forward, brain dump in the morning, brain dump at night before you go to sleep, and anytime you find yourself being overwhelmed or can't think clearly, write it down and do something about it. It's either get a strategy or tell the amygdala, none of this is true, and let's move on. That internal dialogue can be self-directed and allow you to continue to go in the direction in which you are focused.